Hey, this is Brandon Figure. How are you doing? It's been a while since I reviewed a figure. I mean, I think this is my first action figure review of 2025. I find that very strange. I have not reviewed a single action figure last month. Weird. Huh. So anyway, what I have here is Jada Toys Guile. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna review the articulation and the scale and the sculpt and all that. Uh, he is my main fighter, so I am very excited to have him in my collection. I'm pretty much happy already. The articulation is pretty amazing. I'll show you in a moment. Um, let's get him off the stand and take a look at the scale. Okay, before we go into articulation on this guy, let's take a look at the scale comparison. Here is Guile next to Marvel Legends figures, and I gotta say, they scale really good together. Guile looks really huge, like he is massive compared to the other two. So, yeah. Here he is next to Mafix figures. The one on the left is Classic Spider-Man, and the one on the right is Hush Superman. Here he is next to Mescal 112 Collective Doctor Doom and Jack's Pacific Sonic. Gosh, it's so hard to pronounce it. It's weird. So anyway, yeah, there they are together. Okay, we're going to take a look at articulation. He looks up this far, down this far, side to side tilt, full 360. And now shoulders goes back this far and forward this far. So that's pretty good. And arms go up this far. Full 360 bicep swivel. It goes this far, which is good. It goes all the way around. Double jointed elbows. It's really good range considering how thick his arms look. Look how thick it is. It's crazy. And then the hand swivel and hinge. The hinge is kind of a problem with Jada toys, because if you push this far and then put it back to normal, there'll be a little bit of gap. You push it down like this. See? Go like this. So yeah, it's the same way this way. Put it back. Push it down. I don't know, it's just weird, but it works. It's fine. So there's that, and then yeah, full rotation at the shoulders. Yeah, I think I got everything here. And now chest crunches forward. The upper part crunches forward this far. See? Goes this far. And arches back. Not much. Just a little. Not much. But more in the forward than the front. And then side. About this far. Which is really good. And no swivel. It's just no swivel. Just side and crunch. And then try this side. A little bit of tilt here and there. Yeah, that's good. Really good tilt. And then it arches back about this far, which is very good. And crunches forward this far, which is good. So now let's do both. It goes all the way down. See? And then all the way back, which is good. That's good. And full 360. A little bit of a ratchet in there. now thigh swivel all the way around, and legs close together about this far, which is very good, and split all the way. And what else? He kicks back this far, kicks forward up this far, and knees, it's got some ratchet in there. It goes this far, which is pretty good. Don't like the missing, it's missing the pattern here, this area and this area. So, and boot cut swivel, which is good. It's got a ratchet. Feet goes down all the way, very good. And goes up, really good range here. See, that's good, really good. And then swivel, angle pivot about this far, other side this far, and no toe hinge, it's just flat. So anyway, so there you have it. That's the articulation. And what's interesting about this articulation is he can crunch forward. No matter how thick he is, he can really crunch forward. It's crouching stance, crouching. In the game, he always crouches, and this is really, really important to pull off. He is supposed to have toe hinges, actually, because his fighting stance, he stands on his toes a lot. I mean, pretty much almost all the Street Fighter characters have, all of them, they stand on their toes for some reason. I guess to make it more dynamic back then. So, I don't know. But anyway, there it is. It's really good. So, it has really good articulation for Guile. I'm very happy about that. Okay, now I would like to talk about Sculpt Paint. To start is the head. I would have to say the head looks good. It does look like him. Of course, they did a good job with the head sculpt. So now that's out of the way, I think the paint application is less than desirable. It's not impressive in any way. It's just normal, generic. It just looks like they barely put any paint in it. Like, I can't see any paint. All I see is his eyes. And I'm not seeing, I mean, there are very subtle amount of shading in the hair. As you can see here, just a little bit of shading. And it's got sculpted, bumps on the top of his head, which looks pretty good, but I think the yellow is just too much. It looks very neon yellow. It's too bright, too saturated. If they, just kind of darken the yellow a little bit, like add a little bit more orange to the hair a little bit. Maybe slightly a little bit of yellow, like a brown, because this one it's just too bright yellow. And the eyes, the paint application on the eyes, I wouldn't call it paint. This is more like decal transfer of some kind, or dot matrix technology, like the printing technology. And it looks good. It's clean enough. But it just looks very plain. It's a good head sculpt though. And then this one here, it's got a very clean looking USA flag. And it's it is very detailed. I mean, I get it. You're trying to, you know, take it seriously, but you don't need to, you know. In the video game, he literally does not have that. It's just like maybe 3 dots, white dots in there, you know, just make it look like a video game. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it looks very clean, very clean, very detailed. So I like the USA tattoos. That's really well done. And then he's got shading on his arms and all throughout too. Even his vest, it's got some shading. You can see a little bit of a darker green on there, a little bit here and there. So that looks very good. I love the muscle tone on this body. He looks very buff, you know, like incredibly buff, but maybe a little too buff, especially in the arms. The chest looks really good, but I think his arms are just a little too big, just a little bit. It's too thick, you know, from the front. It's like really like look how wide that is. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what you think about that. There's a little bit of vein here, as you can see, and another one here. He's got a vein on there, so that's an interesting little detail. You see that vein right here. See that? That's a vein, and he's got some on his forearm. Looks very cool, but I wish that's emphasized with more shading, you know. But of course, it's $25, so what can you do? And then there's a lot of pattern detail all over the pants. I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's not that detailed in a video game, so you don't need to add that much detail. Like, everything is so detailed, even has veins on the arms and the wrinkles, the cloth wrinkles. As you can see here, it's got some cloth wrinkles. And that's really well done. And a lot on the back. It's got muscles on the back, shading on the skin. It is incredibly well done. And then it's got the pants with pockets. It's got pockets here. And the belt buckle, the belt is clean. As you can see, it's pretty clean. So that's well done. And there's a camouflage pattern on the pants, which look really good. My only problem with the camouflage pants is the missing pattern on this part right here. I know it's to avoid paint rub, but they should still just put that on there, regardless. I mean, they even do it with this, so why not here? Why not here? They could do it on the back of the joint. And then it's got laces on there, which is really well done. As you can see, it even has stitches on here. Sculpted stitches. Right? That's pretty crazy if you ask me. And they got the joint piece right here to match with the brown. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I like that. It looks really awesome. But here's my little gripe. It's missing, even though it's missing the toe hinges, it's also it's lacking some detail like the rest of the figure, right? It's you can see the rest of the figure, it looks awesome. Even the laces with the boots, right? And then you see this part. It looks like he has weird, I don't know, like they look like loafers or something, like slippers. I don't know, it just looks ridiculous. They should have sculpted it, gave it some wrinkles, you know, like a wear and tear on the boots. That would have been cool, but yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping they'll make another one like this, but give them toe hinges. And while they do that, give them new sculpted feet pieces, right? So that would be nice. And maybe give them a new set of arms, because those are like a lot. Like, it's really cartoonishly huge. So yeah, but it's really, really well done. I love it. I really love it. I love the muscle tone of the upper body. It looks absolutely awesome, and really good head sculpt. And as you can see, it just looks like him. That's all that matters to me. It looks like him. I don't like the eyes. I don't like how they're just drawn 2D. You know, I wish it was like it had sculpted eyes, you know, with sculpted eyelids and things like that. Because Street Fighter 2, the video game, back in the early 90s, it was considered very realistic at the time. Later on, they just made it into a cartoony look because of the little bitmaps, you know, the 8-bit technology they had, a very limited amount of bitmaps that they had, and they had to use what they could. And even then, it was very impressive. And so, to me, in my opinion, this Street Fighter 2 new challengers, it should have realistic looking action figures. Like, these these characters, they need to look realistic. These big feet and big hands, they were only that way because of the limit of the sprite, you know, the limitation. So anyway, that's all I want to say. So now what we got is accessories. I got the angry head here, and I got his dog tag, and then he's got an alternate hand that holds onto the comb and the open hand. And then I got the little stand right over here and the sonic boom blast effect. So yeah, this sonic boom is it's alright. It looks different compared to what I was seeing. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could just spin it and it will work, you know, for animation. So anyway, so that's it for accessories. And now, when it comes to a necklace like this, I don't like a separate piece to put on the figure. I wish it was sculpted directly onto the chest. To be honest with you, that's just my preference. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with a separate piece. It's just, it is so small, it's easy to get lost. So, yeah, I just prefer the necklace to be sculpted directly onto the chest. That's what I would have preferred. Yeah, and this comb, I just don't care about that. They're trying to, I don't know, I wish it was a little more, but it's good, So anyway, yeah, that's it for accessories. Let's do some poses. Okay, so my opinion about this guy is that the first impression when I took him out of the box is how wide he is. Like, he is really incredibly muscular, like almost like the Incredible Hulk size. It reminds me of the Ed McGuinness Superman and Batman comics. That's what reminds me of that physique. It's really interesting physique. I don't remember seeing him looking like that in the games. Only in part 4. That's when he started to look really, buff. But I don't have any problem with it. It's not really a complaint. It's just observation, basically. But it's really great. It has amazing color, amazing paint application. It's, well, not amazing, but it's pretty decent. Like the pants, like the pattern in the pants, but everything else is pretty good. The sculpt is great. The articulation is incredible. He can do all the fighting poses that you can come up with directly from the video game. So yeah, it's a perfect video game action figure, basically. Do I recommend it? Heck yeah, you should definitely get this guy. For sure. It is Jada Toys, man. If you buy it, you're going to be happy with it, basically. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe. See you soon. Hopefully sooner this time, not next month. Hopefully I'll post a new review, like in about a few days or so, because no review in a month, that's just crazy. So anyway, hope I see you sooner.